Hi everyone, this week's Parsha is Parshat Ekev. And in this week's Parsha, Moshe recounts some of the events that happened in the Midbar, that happened in the desert. Now one of them was when Hashem told Moshe to recarve the 10 commandments. God gives Moshe the first set, Moshe destroys them, he smashes them, and then he carves the second set with the instruction of God. And it's very interesting. My Rebbe, Rav Moshe Palau, pointed out that the word that's used for carve here and also elsewhere in the Torah is Hashem tells Moshe psol lecha, that you should carve out these new commandments. And this word psol is very unique and quite strange actually, because right when something in modern Hebrew lingo or in yeshivish lingo, even when something is pasul or pasul, right, it means that it's no good anymore. It should be disregarded, right? It's no longer valid. So it stands to be a very interesting point to why this word is used here to mean to etch and to carve. Now, in actuality, how does this word of disregard have any or invalidate have any kind of connection to carving out? Well, because when you carve, right, we say that the lucho were made out of sapphire. When you carve into any kind of stone, especially sapphire, what comes out? You have chips that come out from the areas where you etch, where you carve, and that's the psolet. That's the part that's disregarded, and that's invalidated, so to speak, because it's not part of the stone anymore. So the Rebbe Rashab, the fifth of the Chabad rabbis, actually, he pointed out a beautiful lesson that could come from this word psol that's chosen explicitly to mean carve in this context. That really Hashem is telling Moshe psol lecha, that you should etch out these new dibrot, these new commandments, and you should have in mind that everything that the Jews did, the sin of the golden calf, right, and all of the other just terrible things that the Jews did that made Moshe destroy the tablets, all of that stuff that's now invalid, that should be disregarded, it's puzzle, it should be like that, but in order to carve the next set of commandments, you can't just leave it over there. It shouldn't just be disregarded. You need to take that psolet, you need to take that, all of those terrible, abhorrent things that the Jews did, and you need to take that and use it while you etch the new commandments. That you should learn from your mistakes and internalize your mistakes and not just let them go by the wayside. So my bracha to everyone this Shabbos, this week, is that we should all also try internalizing this lesson of not allowing, when we make a mistake, it shouldn't be something that we do again. Right? We should internalize that, okay, we did something wrong right now, and we should take it with us so that the next time we find ourselves in a similar situation, we won't repeat the improper thing that we did the first time, and we should let we should let all this invalid stuff be disregarded to some respect, but also we should keep it in our brains not to do it again. With that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.